Hey folks, Jared Lumen here with Ransom Returns. We're finally getting in the fields here in Minnesota. We had pretty wet and cold weather for a while, then we had tractor issues, but we are going now with planting some new seeding pastures. This was a field that we had the calves. Calves were fed in most of winter. Sorry, it's a little blurry there. This whole hillside here, we fed hay on. And that was all winter and then through mud season as well. Ideally, the hope was to be able to no-till everything, you know, and we're going to be doing as much no-tilling as possible. But when it got muddy, this field got torn up pretty bad, and so we did do just a digger pass, tillage pass, just to level it out, smooth it out a little bit and stuff, because there were ruts and tracks and everything through here. But we're seeding it down to a kind of a cool season annual cover crop mix, and this is high quality ground here, pretty productive tillable ground, so it's not going to be in a perennial indefinitely, at least not yet. So we're going to seed it down to an annual, kind of build some soil, grow some covers, get some grazing off of it, and then potentially move it back into some sort of a grain crop. We're doing a bunch of experiments this year with grazing standing milo, like grain milo, or grazing standing corn. We're going to be doing some experiments with both, trying to use this really productive ground that we've got to produce some feed at a lower cost, some higher quality feed at a lower cost. So that's what we're going to give a shot anyway. We've never done that before, so fingers crossed that works out pretty well. We just got this John Deere 750 drill. It was completely redone and kind of renovated at the dealer. They kind of almost build it from scratch. Like every part is new and painted, and looks like it's brand new, but it got it for a pretty good price compared to a new drill. What a new drill would have cost. Those things are wild, and I'm excited because in the past we've had a Great Plains no-till drill, but didn't feel like it could really do as good of a job as we wanted it to. And the other new addition we got this year was a GPS system, an auto steer system. We've never had one of these before. I know it's 2025. We're a little behind the games, but man, this thing has been nice. We got it specifically because these no-till drills, obviously you can see where it's been on this tilled ground, but we do a lot of seeding into pastures and different things, and it can be really tough to see where your last pass was, but this has been fun. I know, it's crazy. People, anybody who's like a legitimate farmer has been using this or something nicer for the longest time, I'm sure, but pretty cool to a guy for the first time to sit in a tractor while it drives itself. Didn't really know the history of our farm. For the longest time, for about 25 years now, since the year 2000, we've been our primary income source was organic row crops, and that's been really good financially, and my dad is super, just really smart and always focused on building soil and doing the best he can, integrating livestock and cover crops as much as possible into an organic row cropping scenario. But it's still hard to build soil that way, and so we've been moving, especially with organic prices aren't as good as they used to be and whatnot, so we've been moving more and more towards a no-till situation on the cropping side, and getting, kind of increasing our cow herd, running more cows and more livestock on the land. That's the direction we've been going, and so this drill is one of those. And then on all the tillable ground, of this farm, there's a few hundred acres of it. The goal is, we'll still do some cropping, but to do more grazing and more livestock in a rotation or something, just to build soil using livestock and follow those soil health principles. Like I said, this field's going to be a cool season annual mix. There's some fields that are going to be warm season annual mixes, and some fields that will be crops, and then we've got some fields that are in perennial pasture too. Hoping to continue building that cropping or that cattle enterprise and find a way to make it more competitive. But if people have really good tips for how you integrated livestock on cropland, throw those in the comments. We're not by any means experts in this. It's tough when you've got land that can be rented for a few $100s an acre. To put it in sort of a grazing system seems wild. Right now, at least, cattle prices are high, but you still want to be competitive and do things wisely. So if you've got tips or thoughts on that, throw them in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. For those who have, I appreciate it. Let me know if there's things you want to see about our farm or cattle as we get more into the spring. I'm hoping there's more content to see, and calving should start literally any day. I think our first cows are technically due on the 15th, so like tomorrow, and we usually have some come early. So anytime we'll start having some good calves. That'll be fun. Anyway, thanks for watching, and see you again next week.